So welcome to another video on Office 365, and in this case we're going to talk about Delve. Now Delve is part of Office 365 that displays personal content. That content's powered behind the scenes by Office Graph, which learns who you work with and the content you want to see. Delve's like your Office 365 personal homepage, or if you remember SharePoint 2010, it's like the My Site page. You can use it to manage your Office 365 profile and to discover and organize the information that is likely to be interesting to you. So to get to it, if you're logged into 365 already, you go up to the menu here and you'll see Delve in the list. So if I click that, it'll load up with the Delve homepage and you are confronted with me here, which will take you to your profile. We'll look at that later. A favorites tab, we'll have a look at that as well later on. A list of people that you've searched for recently and any boards you have set up. And then on the right, the bulk of this page shows popular documents. These are documents that your colleagues may have been using or modifying. Ones over here where it says you up here, these are ones that you've sent out, emailed or saved somewhere. And they're all grouped together in these nice document cards here, all separately. Now on the top of these cards, you can see, for example, who's modified the document, or if it just has a little icon like this. This has just come from Microsoft Graph and it thinks that you may be interested in the document. And again, this one just shows that this one was emailed by me today. Down here, with these three dots, you have some more options. You can send a link. If I click send a link, that will pop up within Outlook and you'll be able to send that link to someone else to access. Here it is, popped up on my other screen. I'll drag that over. Yeah, so it's quite nice. It just creates this automatically for you. You can just send it to whoever you like. Get rid of that. The other option on here, you can copy the link. That's literally just going to copy it to your board, so you can just right click and paste. You can click who can see this, and that takes you across to SharePoint in this case, and it will give you any permissions or permissions on the sharing links that have been set up, things like that. That opens in a new window, so you can just close that. And you can even decide to talk about this in Yammer. If your organization uses Yammer, this will pop up and I can start a conversation about this document in the Yammer feed for my organization. So that's really cool. You can click the middle of the page here where the type of document is displayed, Excel or Word, and it will just open up the document in a separate page. And this one's just gone to SharePoint, but it might be elsewhere. It could be in OneDrive or something like that. And down here, this icon here will show whether it's part of a board already, which these are. This one here isn't part of a board, so if I click the icon, it pops up and says, do you want to add it to a board? Now this is just a way of grouping these documents together. So if you have a project, you want to link all these documents together, just so they're in the same place, you can access them easily. You do it this way. So I decide to call my board, let's say project 1. Hit enter and it pops it into there, and I can just close this, and then down here you can see this board's been created. If I click that, it goes to my board, shows me all the documents that will appear on here for this board. This is one I've put a couple on here. And then if you go back to home, brings you back to that same page again. Similar way with favorites. I want to get back to this document easily, so I click the favorites tab here. And then up here in the favorites screen, I can not only see my favorite boards, which I've created, I can see the favorite documents as well. So they don't get lost with all the noise of this screen here, where there is a lot of documents. So that is everything on this screen here. So if we talk about this people section here, These are people that I've searched for. So I want to search for someone in here. Let's say I want to search for Sam Dack. That's took me straight to his profile page, and it also pops him up here. I'll go back to my home page again. Now I don't want to see a couple of these guys anymore, so I can just click the cross. Takes them off my screen quite nicely. There we go. And then bumps a few of the most other frequent people up onto there. So again, you've got the boards here. You can just go straight to these boards that you've pre-created. Finally, we've got me. So if I click that, it'll take me to my own profile page. So this is what other people will see. So in a similar case, if I go back here, if I click the person's name, it takes me to their Delve profile. Go back to mine. So yeah, so you'll go to their Delve profile and you will be able to see certain things about the other person. Contact information, you can click these and it'll email them, or open a Skype window, or you can go to their OneDrive if there's any shared documents that you have access to. On your own, you can update the profile. You can also see a quick view of the calendar. If you're on someone else's profile, you can see, quickly if they're busy, so you can send them a quick message. And over here, these are recent documents. These are just ones that you've been using, whereas the other screen showed all documents. This is just ones you've been using. You click see all, and it will list a lot more there. And again, all these same settings apply. Let's go back to my profile. Down here, these are people that I've been contacting quite a lot, and the Office graph has detected that and recorded it. So if I click see all, again, these are everyone here, and I can click them and I'll go to their profile. Down here, discover documents from people around you. That is basically the same screen as the home page. If I click that, it gives me all those same documents again. Go back to my profile again. Now blog is now deprecated, so you'll probably see that disappearing shortly. I believe they're due to be getting rid of it in May 21, something like that. This information here is stuff that I have put into my profile. So if anyone else, you go to someone else's profile and they filled it in, you'll be able to see a little bit about them, any skills they have, or any projects, and even a school they've been to. And I'll show you how to do that now. So if you click update my profile, now some of this information will be fed from your organization and you won't be able to change that. Your name, your job title, where you work, for example. You can't click who can see it either, because that's all controlled by your organization. What you can change is things with the little pencil next to it. If you click that, you can modify that because that's your personal mobile. This is grayed out, so I can't control who sees it. I can change my date of birth here, and I can set it so only I can see it. I don't want anyone knowing what my date of birth is, so I'll set it to only I can see this, maybe. I don't mind, I'll leave it like that. You could add a home phone number if you want. Even if you've got a fax, you can add that. We'll skip this section for now. You can put a few words about yourself. You can add a few projects you've been involved in. You can add some key skills. That's useful if people are searching for skills in 365. Then you may pop up if they're looking for someone with knowledge of Power Apps. You can add a school you've been to and interests and hobbies, things like that. And that information will appear on your profile when people look for you. There's one other thing you can do here. You can change your language settings. If you expand this, click here, it says, takes you to another page where you can edit some details, and then click this ellipsis, these three dots here, and go to language and region. Now some of these settings you'll be able to change, some you won't. For example, here I can decide I want to add another language or multiple languages here. You can do that. Unfortunately, I only speak English, United Kingdom dialect, so I'll add that there. You may or may not have options to add a different time zone and things like that. Again, that's controlled in this case by the organization, so can't do that. But if you save that, save and close, you can then go back to your profile. I'm going to leave that. That's it. Oh, one final thing, very important. You can change your cover photo. Top right here, you can have a few options. If you're feeling a bit, I want some mountains in the background, you can do that. And that's it. If I go back to home, that's the features of Delve. I hope this has been informative. Thank you.